everyone. I am just making a quick video. It's 2:28. I just got done watching Sons of Anarchy. That's why my makeup is all runny. So yeah, my boobs are always falling out in videos. So yeah, I'm going to do changing, but first I want to talk about this book that I had started reading. I don't know if I finished it because it's been a long time. I don't think I actually finished it, but it's called The Game of God. It's called Recovering Your True Identity. I'll read you just the back of it. It says, this book is about recovery in the ultimate sense of the word. It is the sense of universal recovery. What most of us think of as evolving universe will be presented as the recovering universe. What the universe is recovering is consciousness that was intentionally lost. What the universe is recovering from is the pain that is intentional result of unintentionally lost consciousness. The Game of God maintains that paradise was intentionally lost for the pleasure of regaining it. The universe was created as a game for the experience of hell and for the experience of recovering heaven. The Game of God presents a deliberate creator whose motives for creation, however irrelevant, make perfect sense. A logical interpretation of the evolving universe. An examination of the source of all human pain, why it exists, and what we can do about it. An understanding of love, what it is and what it is not. Humans Anonymous, a universal 12-step program for recovering a true identity. It actually is from Human Anonymous. I'm actually going to hit pause because we're watching After Anarchy. So, from what I can remember of this book, it's actually a really good book. It challenges you to question God and his role in your life. And so again, if you guys don't believe in God, you can hit the X button if you don't like to talk about God. Yeah, and like why, like an explanation why God created the earth and humans, because he himself as a almighty being cannot experience what we as human beings can experience. He can't experience limitations. He can't experience pain and suffering because he's an almighty being. He doesn't know what those, he doesn't have the, I hate to say, the ability to feel those things. It's just, it's a really good read. I mean, if you look, like, the pages are really not a lot to read. It's got, like, a lot of pictures. A lot of the pages have pictures, see? And there's a little passage on the side. So, like, here's what I was talking about. Under heaven, all can see beauty as beauty only because there is ugliness. All can know good as good only because there is evil. So, basically, like, evil has to exist for us to appreciate good. Ugliness has to exist so that we can appreciate beauty, and so forth and so forth. And just about it really just gives you a different outlook on God as a being. Also, while it just letting you reclaim who you are, what your desires are. Here's the limitation part. The inability of unlimited God to experience limitation is a limitation, and thus a contradiction. In order for God to be absolutely unlimited, God must be able to experience limitation. But how? How could God have a quality, realistic experience of all limitation, while being absolutely unlimited at the same time? Can God create a boulder too heavy for God to lift? Because God is truly unlimited, there is only the illusion of contradiction. God has solved the problem by creating humans. Because through us, He can experience what it's like to want, to need, to what it feels like to feel hurt, to feel pain, to feel love. There's really just a whole bunch of things that are covered in here. What the heck just happened to my TV? I think my electricity just flickered. What the heck just happened? That was so weird. Anyway, whatever. Sorry, my TV went off. Anyway, it's a good book. It really is. And I rambled on and probably didn't make any sense. But definitely, if you can find it, it's many years old, so I don't know if you'll be able to find it. But, it's called The Game of God. It's by Arthur B. Hancock and Kathleen J. Berger? Berger? Whatever. It is published by the Human Anonymous Press. I give you all the information, and there's the ISBN number in case you want it. And it's $12 when I bought it. You can probably find it on Amazon for less than that. Another book recommendation is What's Wrong with Tamara. I do not have, I think I can look it up and show you the cover, but I don't have the book anymore. I actually had it in high school, and I lost it when I moved, and then I had to rebuy it, and I just rebought it about 3 years ago, and I was reading it again, and Hurricane Sandy, I lost it in what? Oh no, it's What's Wrong with Tamara. Okay. So I'm just gonna read you like the little synopsis thing on it. You can find. I hate trying to see things here. Okay, never mind. Anyway, there's a couple of covers. There's just a plain green and black one, but then there's also a one with her. One with like a little rocking chair with 2 dolls on it. That, yeah. I'm trying to find the cover for you guys so you can see it, but my phone is really slow. Oh, I can't. Okay. Apparently there's more than that. Don't really read the reviews. A lot of people have bad reviews about it. I loved the book. Oh, this is the cover I always get. Hold on. So let me just try to get that for you guys. And I absolutely love the book. Like, I read it so much and I gave it to so many people to read that my pages were falling out. Like, I literally had to, like, paperclip the pages back in. It's, how did my phone go from 75 to 100 as behind? Alright, anyway, this is what the cover looked like. Can you see that? I don't know. It's kind of like that, yeah. It's by D.A. Fowler. It's a horror book. It's got a lot of weird, if you're into weird horror movie stuff. This book has talking dolls, a girl who was kidnapped by her crazy aunt who killed people. She sees dead people. She has supposedly multiple personality disorder. There's incest in it. Not that that's a plus. There's... what do they call it when you kill a kid? Or whatever. Child side. No, that's not what it's called. But yeah, there's just lots of death. There's Tamara trying to, like, kill her siblings. It's really weird. Okay. The little description is tiny. It says, 9 years after she was kidnapped by her demented cousin Valerie, Tamara Wade continues the family tradition of evil by obeying her dolls when they tell her to kill. I'm gonna look at some of the... I think I got it for, like... most of the reviews are pretty good, actually. I got it for like 50 cents on Amazon, so you can find it really cheap. There's also a book that goes before it, which I can't wait to read, called What's Wrong with Valerie, her aunt. It's supposed to be before she kidnaps Tamara. So I'm just going to read you this review. Scarred from a painful past experience and filled with hate, Tamara can speak to dolls. Supposedly the dolls are like dead people. They're like spirits trapped in the dolls. Okay. Tamara can speak to dolls and her dead mother in plotting the demise of her soon-to-be step-siblings and stepmother. She joins forces with a murdering sex maniac to break the bonds between her father and stepmother, while taking joy in seeing those she hates suffer. Filled with incest, psychologically twisted thinking, and a need to win at these devious games, D.A. Fowler writes a memorable landscape where you can feel the iciness of Tamara's mind and her friend with benefits. Read this novel and root for Tamara's victory. Right, so that's about it. Incest, killing, lots of killings, talking to dead people, dolls that are... I read this in junior high, actually. I read this book in junior high, and I actually had a lot of porcelain dolls, and one of my porcelain dolls looked just like they describe Suki, I think her name was, one of Tamara's dolls. So I thought it would be cool to, like, talk to her and, be like Tamara, but not like Tamara. Like, I wouldn't kill anybody in my family. But, I remember one day, and it's so funny that you can see young Yai in the back while we talk about this. And I remember one day that my sister's boyfriend actually, he was a tad abusive, and he took my doll. And keep in mind that my mother gave these porcelain dolls to me, bought them for me. So, yeah. So he took it and he broke her foot, and I grabbed them all, and one of them was like pale white, like really white. I wish I had pictures on them, but this was before digital cameras and all that shit. Actually, I think they're still in my dad's attic. Oh, I should get them. but I think they're still in my dad's attic. But yeah, I have a lot of porcelain dolls, and he broke the foot on one of them. I think he broke the hand on another, on the really pale one. And they all had these like really weird looking old timey dresses, and I remember that the one that looked like Sookie, not Snooky, Sookie, had this blue and white dress that kind of looked like Dorothy's. But anyway, point is, he broke her, and I was like heartbroken because my father and mother were separated, and my mother had given those to me, and on top of it, she was like my favorite doll. Yeah, so I'd rather stop talking about that because I might get upset. But they still exist. They're still in my dad's house in the attic. I think I might get them and bring them here for creepiness. Show you guys them. I don't actually remember their names. I used to have I was one of those kids who like named everything. Like I had a name for every doll, like known to man. And I wrote it down in a notebook what their names were and who they were, and I used to collect a lot of dolls. And I lost them all when we moved, which kind of sucks. And then I lost the ones that I kept in Superstorm Sandy. Is there any other books? Go Ask Alice. If you have not read that, I recommend that you read that definitely. I had to read it in high school, which is weird because it's a book about drugs. Yeah. I actually liked reading that book. There was also a book, like, of poems about The Crow, like the movie, and those were good too. I don't remember what that one was called, though. I'm sure if you look up, like, Crow books or something, like the actual legit movie. Like, I was a big. Oh, just another sucky thing. I had one Crow poster that I loved, and it was, like, huge, and it was Brandon Lee, like, sitting, the iconic picture of Brandon Lee sitting in the chair, as the Crow, just like this, or, like, I think it's like this. I don't know, something like this, something like that. Anyway, maybe it's whatever. It's been a while since I've seen it. Anyway, in the storm, I lost that one too, so it's pretty upsetting because that one had made it through like 8,000 moves, and yeah, so that was upsetting. What else? Yeah, I was a big Crow fan. I was part of the fan club, and I was gonna get the rings that said, Shelly and Eric's ring. But I never had anybody to give it to, so I would have to wear both of them together, and that would be kind of pathetic, I think. Yeah, but I think I had two posters or three posters or something, but that one was the only one that survived. And it was so weird because I took a picture of the actual thing. Like, I took a picture of the poster, like before digital camera, like a real picture, and I put it in my locker in high school, and everybody thought I had met Brandon Lee, which I didn't. But yeah, kind of like I guess I can equate my romanticism with Brandon Lee and Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins with Norman Reedus. So they were the same. I was just as obsessed with that. Or, well, you guys didn't know me, and I liked J-Rock, but that was a big one too. So anyway, this video is getting like way, way long. So I'm actually going to stop it here. And as you can see, I dyed my hair. Oh, you can see the color better now. See? I dyed my hair with that sparks. I don't know if it showed up too well in the the video I made for it. But anyway, I'm going to stop this now. Make sure you like it. Thumbs up it. You don't have to, but, whatever. If you want to leave comments about any of the books that I talked about, or you want any more information, just leave a comment. Like I said, The Game of God by Arthur B. Hancock and Kathleen J. Brugger, Brugger. Good book. What's Wrong with Tamara by I forgot her name. Sorry. I think it's D. Hold on. I'll get it for you. Sorry. What's Wrong with Tamara by D.A. Fowler. D.A. Fowler. And literally, I just pulled up the Amazon page. You can get them for 95 cents. So, you might want to read What's Wrong with Valerie first. I've never read that book, but I'm going to actually buy it right now. Oh, there it is. There's 4 reviews. That one's $2. She's free from the grip of her sadistic grandmother. The house is hers at last. Any normal woman would be happy, but Valerie isn't quite normal. So. So some of the reviews are like really good. They say like one of the best horror books. You want to be scared reading this book, especially at night. So, What's Wrong with Valerie is another good one, so you could pick up both. You could pick up What's Wrong with Valerie and What's Wrong with Tamara, which seems to be like an ongoing family thing, because it's like the grandmother apparently abused Valerie and made her sick, and Valerie kidnapped and tortured Tamara and made her sick. So I definitely want to read the What's Wrong with Valerie, because I've already read What's Wrong with Tamara like 18,000 times. But you can get both books for like really under like $4, which is good for books, and they're really good books. Like, I really recommend them. So pick those up on. You can pick those up on Amazon, and I'm gonna actually do a search for The Game of God and see if you guys can find it there. Game of God. Let's see. It's The Game of God. Let's see if I can find it. Yes. Okay. So you can find it on Amazon in paperback. It is actually called The Game of God. You can't put Game of God because there's like 800. But it's $13, it says. You could probably find it a little bit cheaper. There's also a Kindle edition. So definitely check those 3 out. I don't really know what other books. Oh, Go Ask Alice. Of course, you can find that on Amazon. That was another book I read so many times the pages before I got it. I could check to see if I could find out what the Crow poem book was about. But you have to be a real fan of like The Crow, or let me see. None of these look like the one. It's yeah, I don't really see I don't see it anywhere, so it's probably not available. It was actually one I found randomly in the library when I spent way too much time in the library. Oh, another book. Hold on. I think I did a review for it before, but now that I know where my books are. Okay. So, in addition to them, because this is getting kind of long, you can pick up the Wreck This Journal. I don't even like looking at this, seriously. This is just gross. This book is gross, like, literally. You have to do things like rip the page out and then freeze it, scribble on it. This is leaves. I did the flowers, and then I put, look at the, oh god, it stinks. I put it so close to my mouth. I put look at the flowers as a, like an ode to Lizzie from Throw Something, a pencil pen. It's actually fun though. We had fun doing it. Me and Rose actually bought this. We actually scrounged together like literal change to buy these books so we could both do it. And like they do things like drag it around in the rain. Okay, so that's that. And just spill things here. Oh, fling your coffee, but all I did was spit on it, and this was like the step on it page, which is the first book, the first one I did, and it was really, I didn't like it. Crack the spine. Add your own page numbers. You have to write in the front of it. Like, write your name different ways. I'm not going to show you it because it's my full name. But, like, write illegibly, write in tiny letters. What else did I do? We burned the edges of the book. What is this? Page of good thoughts. I'm going to rip this page out. Because I'm going to put that actually in my other journal. Like, make a stamp out of food. Yeah. I wrote, for this one, to make a sudden, destructive, unpredictable movement, I literally just threw it on the floor. And then slammed it against things. Scribble wildly using borrowed pens. I mean, it's... Bring this book in the shower with you. Some people don't understand. Place sticky things here, so I put tape. Some people, like, really don't understand like, the concept of the book. You're supposed to destroy it. So, like, some people, like, do really pretty things. They're not supposed to be pretty. It's literally supposed to chew on this page. It's supposed to be gross. Another book, which I definitely recommend, would be Love and Death. The Murder of Kurt Cobain book. Kurt's face on the back. By Mark Wallace and Ian Halpernin. They also have another book called Who Killed Kurt Cobain. So, this book was actually really, really good. I finished it. I was so interested in it. I'm not a big Nirvana fan. I'm not a big Kurt Cobain fan. But I wasn't until all this. But I just found myself... It's just one of those books where you, like, you mark up the pages when you find some kind of evidence or, you know, something you didn't know or something that contradicts the story. Like, I didn't know they withdrew from Lollapalooza, I think it was. Yeah, Lollapalooza one year. And that they were going to break up. Stuff about the nanny. Just really, really... like, examination of his suicide notes. You will find yourself writing in the book. Like, unless it's not your book, then don't write it. But I actually need to give this book to my friend. And I actually, like, highlighted every page. Like I was a detective. So yes, definitely pick this up. Also, another good read if you're a fan of Kurt Cobain is his diaries. do not read Courtney Love's diaries. They're like it feels like it was forced, kind of, because she was like, hey, if Kurt could do, if Kurt can have a book like this, then I can too. But I don't know if Kurt actually wanted his journals to be publicized as they were. But Courtney's is just really, ugh. I can't even stand reading her. I'm sorry. People may be fans or whatever, but I can't stand the lady. Like, it's not even the whole murder conspiracy thing. I just cannot stand her. Like, she's in Sons of Anarchy, and I can't even stand to watch episodes or scenes where she's in it. Like, I just can't stand her. I don't think she's a great human being. I personally, personality-wise, I don't think she's, in any way, shape, or form, a good person. I'm not going to get into my theories about who killed Kurt or whatever. I do think Courtney had a hand in it. I don't know if I believe that she actually killed him, but I think there was some kind of involvement or something more to the story. That's all I'm going to say, something more to the story. But definitely read that book. That was a really, really good book, and actually an eye-opener, so yeah. A book I recommend you don't read is the, autobiography, or I don't know if it's an autobiography or what, of Lane Staley. Like, I am a big Alice in Chains fan. I'm a big Lane Staley fan, and I picked the book up to because of that, and it had very little to do with really anything that's made Lane. It's like the lady really didn't even know him, or whatever. It's just really randomly. It's really bad grammar also, which is weird in a book. I don't think she took time. I don't know. I think I heard that he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do the book. That he wouldn't really talk to her. So maybe she exaggerated something. I don't know. I don't even remember who wrote the book. I don't have the book anymore. It was really bad. It was really bad. It was like a fangirl kind of wrote it. A fangirl who knew nothing about this thing. It's terrible. I could have wrote a better book about Lane. So don't pick that one up. You gotta be careful with what kind of books you read about famous people and stuff, because some of them are really misinformed and really not good books. But that one definitely is a good book, and Kurt's journals are remarkable. Like I said, I wasn't really a fan until I started getting into the whole conspiracy. I had a friend who loved him in junior high, and I was like, the guy killed himself. I was one of those people. The more I heard about it, the more I did research, the more I realized there was more to the story. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, and I read his journals, and I was just blown away. You get this utter sense of what it was really like to be in Kurt's head. And at times not the Kurt that we all wanted to see jumping around on stage and all that. Like a really deep down hurt person. Not a well person. I don't want to say he's not well. It wasn't like he had multiple personality disorders or something, but I think there was something. Maybe he had bipolar or something. I don't know. But also, just you got to see what, through all the books or whatever, and I've watched a few documentaries. Stay away from Courtney Love's interview with Barbara Walters, because that is stupid. But, just his connection with his daughter and how he basically lived for that little girl. And I don't think that he would have taken himself away from his daughter. Like, he loved her. To be, like, just loved her. I mean, I'm sure he still loves her. I think that's about it. So, Love and Death, The Murder of Kurt Wayne by Mark Wallace and Ian Halperin. There's The Wreckage Journal by Kerry Smith. What's Wrong with Mara by D.A. Fowler, sorry. And then The Game of God by, and What's Wrong with Valerie, sorry, by D.A. Fowler. And The Game of God by Arthur B. Hancock and Kathleen J. Brugger. Okay, so that's really all the books that I have read for this short time. Oh, and also read Precious, which I don't think is called Precious. Hold on, let me find out. Oh, okay, so the book that the movie Precious is based off of is Push by Sapphire. I saw the movie first, which, by the way, the movie is incredible. Like, you really should watch it. But definitely read the book, because the book is 10 times better than the movie. And it was just a touching movie. And I think, actually, it's... I'm trying to see if it's actually based on a real... I think it was, wasn't it? Based on a real story of some sort. Oh no, I guess not. I thought it was. But anyway, it's definitely a good read as well. So yeah, so that's about it. So I will see you guys for the changing, and this is 40 minutes long, so I gotta go. Bye guys.